Well, here we are once more, assembled in the old lobby, talking about another movie this week in our What You Did Say style.
What You Did Say?
This week, the What You Did Say is...
Death of a Unicorn from this year.
Yeah, a
From
little freshy.
this year.
Yeah.
Very fresh.
This format is allowing us to get newer films.
It is. We're just talking about the film.
Yeah, we're just talking.
And our opinion.
Yeah.
And our feelings.
Normally, we do like a trivia-based kind of thing. Well, it's not even normal technically anymore. Now it's just a once-a-month thing. We do a trivia-style episode on a movie. This is not that. This is simply just a review-ish, talk about chatty thing.
A movie we just watched.
Spoilers are a thing here.
They are a thing.
Spoiler
and if you
warnings.
haven't watched the movie, then don't listen to this if you don't want to be spoiled.
We'd hate to spoil you, so please go watch it and then come back and
come
listen.
back,
yeah. Let's get the whole shebang a-rolling.
Let's start. So Elliot Kitner, played by Paul Rudd, and his daughter Ridley, played by Jenna Ortega. They're going to Elliot's boss's estate.
Yeah, he's getting a promotion, right?
He's getting a promotion.
He's in line for a promotion.
Yeah. So he's got to do this. And he's all all lost in his work. And she doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, he's a workaday dad, all day long kind of dad.
Yeah, and she's kind of like, this is stupid. Like, I'm only here because you want to portray this wholesome family.
Yeah.
So they're going to Elliot's boss's estate.
Yeah. Grand estate.
Grand estate. His name is Odell Leopold, and his wife is named Belinda, and his son's name is Shepard.
Oh, pinky's in the air.
Yeah, they have some pretty pretentious names. I'm sorry if you guys have names like that, but those are pretty uppity names.
They are kind of, yes.
I actually know Belinda. She's not uppity.
Well, see, there we go. There's good Belindas.
There's good Belindas out there. I don't know, and I actually know an Odell, too, but he was also not uppity.
Okay, well,
great. I worked
great.
with him at Petco years and years and years
ago. But
no
one knows any good Shepherds.
I don't know anybody with the first name Shepard.
I don't either.
So anyway, they're on their way to this estate.
Yes.
And they're driving, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, they're driving through
wooded area.
A nature preserve.
Yeah.
That the family has protected.
Yeah. They hit an animal.
Ooh. Ow.
Bam. Hit it.
Like a deer or something?
Well, that's probably what they think at first. But I think they both thought they saw something else. Because when they get out of the car, they're like, the hell did we just hit? It turns out to be a unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
Or a horse with a deformity.
Yeah, some sort of weird horse.
Yeah.
Can't be a unicorn. Those are not real.
Those aren't real.
Leia.
Although I believe Ridley changes her mind when she touches the unicorn's horn. She starts seeing the universe.
Ooh, mind expansion.
Like seeing crazy shit until Dad beats the shit out of it with a tire iron.
Hello.
Out of fucking nowhere.
Hope you're enjoying your cosmic trip because I'm going to bash this skull in with a tire iron.
In his defense, I think he was trying to put it out of its misery.
Yeah.
But
as misguided as that was.
Yeah, he didn't know. He didn't know. It kind of reminded me of a story that I remember when I was a really little kid. I was probably like, I don't know, between 4 and 6, somewhere in there. I was pretty little.
Yeah.
My grandfather hit a deer once when I was in the car. It was in a station wagon.
In Wisconsin, I imagine.
In Wisconsin.
There's deer everywhere.
Yeah, and my grandfather, he hit it, but it was under the car.
Oh.
So he had to run it.
To go over.
Yes, that's what it was. He had to run it back over. And when he got out of the car, it was still breathing.
Yeah.
So he took out a mag flashlight and
oh my God,
with us all in the car and finished the job.
All right.
I was pretty young. I think I was only like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But I remember.
Did you have terrible flashbacks while you were watching this movie?
I didn't watch it happen. You could hear it, but I didn't watch it happen.
Probably for the best at that age.
But I do remember that being very burned into my brain that
sure,
happened.
No doubt.
Yeah. So I can only imagine that was
terrifying,
considering that he did it right in front of her, and then afterwards blood was everywhere, all over her face, all over his face. I mean,
they were covered.
Went to
pretty
town.
Good. Yeah.
Anyway, they arrive to the Leopold's estate with the deer in the car.
Yeah,
the horse, the
horse-acorn.
Horse-acorn in their car. I don't know why they brought it with them.
Yeah, I don't know either. I probably would have left it.
I can't remember what the reason was. I'm sure they had a reason. It is quickly discovered that this unicorn has curative powers.
Right.
Because Ridley goes to the bathroom, she looks in the mirror, and she's like, oh my God, my acne's gone.
My skin is so clear.
Yeah. Which I gotta say was a catfish because I thought I thought she really had acne. I remember even saying to you, like, oh, it's so nice and refreshing that she's come on this movie, just showing her acne scars, like, I love that. And then I found out it's fake.
Yeah, fooled you, Leia.
She has perfect skin.
Oh, she does.
It's also found out that Elliot's vision becomes nearly perfect and that all of his allergies are gone.
Allergies are gone.
Yeah. So it's fixed him.
Miracle cure.
Miracle cure. Which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It's a pretty
neat
little,
idea.
like, side effect. Yeah. Like, you're just starting to grasp the significance of this discovery.
You are now understanding, okay, this is a unicorn.
This is
and
pretty
not
amazing.
Just a horse with a horn.
Yes. They hear a noise.
Yeah, their car is rocking.
The unicorn is not dead.
No.
It is very alive. And it's trying to get out of this vehicle. Leopold's assistant just, like, shoots it.
Takes it out.
She's, I think, probably just trying to, like, kill it.
Yeah.
It's
just get it. It's a
dying anyways.
Maybe a dying animal.
Yeah, kill it. So she shoots it, and it stops moving.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks it's dead. The head of the household, Odell, decides, let's experiment on it.
Yeah, he's dying of cancer. Let's see what we can do. See if we can find a cure here.
Let's see what we can do with this. He has his scientists create some kind of concoction by grating some of the unicorn's horn, and it ends up curing Odell's cancer.
He's vibrant and young and restored.
Amazing. And then the light bulbs start popping up.
They run a pharmaceutical company.
Yes, they ran a pharmaceutical company. So, like,
this is gold.
Let's sell this.
This is printing money.
It's printing money, yes. Corporate greed at its finest.
Indeed.
We could monetize this.
Yeah, why not?
To the highest bidder, because there's a minimal supply.
Oh, so gross, man.
It's so gross,
I cannot express how much I hate capitalism.
It also means by monetizing, that means destroying the unicorn, that, taking every part of it and using it. I mean, they're not going to be able to monetize it for very long, I would think, unless they can make that synthetic, but they decide to just pull it apart.
Yep. Offer it to the
highest
other
bidder.
Wealthy folks.
Yes. It's at this time that Ridley also finds some tapestries, I think, in the estate.
In the estate, yeah. There's like some archival
tapestries or something like and they show, like, this story about the unicorns. She tries to go to the Leopolds and tell them, like, you can't do this, they're going to come after you, and they're not going to leave you alone until they have their baby back.
There's real ramifications to what you're doing.
And of course they're like,
there's money here, kids. Shut up.
We have guns. What, like, we killed this baby. It's dead. What's the problem? As they're wheeling this unicorn out, shit starts to get real.
Yeah.
It turns out this is a baby unicorn.
Yep.
This is the baby.
This is a baby.
And it's very cute, the baby.
Super cute.
Yeah.
And Leia, the baby is practical effects. It was just
like a puppet.
Puppet, yeah.
Yeah.
Mechanical.
Okay, that was it. Yeah. The other ones were CGI, I think.
Yeah. I got a little something I want to say about that toward the end.
Yeah. So there's the unicorn is being transported onto
to some laboratory somewhere.
Yeah, to take it apart. The scientist and the security personnel that are helping the scientists end up getting slaughtered.
Yeah.
By two much larger unicorns.
Enter slasher mode. Leia.
Enter slasher mode, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, and these unicorns are different.
They are.
As far as we know, they're monsters. Yeah. They are black.
Yes.
They have teeth.
They look not at all... Well, of course, they do look like unicorns as you'd imagine.
They have a horn, and they look like a horse-ish.
Yeah, but they're darkened,
They even have, like, almost claws for feet.
Yeah.
They looked almost...
I don't want to distract too much when we were watching. We're like, I like the mixture of equine and feline
and like a little bird. And I mean, there's like a lot of different things going on there. Pretty cool.
Super cool design. I love the design of these creatures.
Yeah. Odell decides to get a hunting party.
Old-fashioned hunting party.
Old-fashioned hunting party. Let's kill them. More money in our banks.
Because we're Americans, and what we don't understand, we kill.
What's better than one baby unicorn?
Two adult unicorns
and a baby.
Yeah.
They bring Elliot with them. They flash to Shepard. So Shepard's the son.
Right.
He actually stole a vial of the unicorn's grated horn and begins to snort the shit. Why wouldn't you try? Put this in your nose, too.
Yeah.
And then he orders this scientist, Dr. Bhatia, to just saw off the entire horn. Let's grind it all up. So she saws off the horn. It's gone. He is huffing unicorn horn and seeing
he's seeing visions.
Visions, yes. Meanwhile, Elliot and the hunting party fall into the lethal trap set by the older unicorns. Several people end up getting killed, including Odell and Shaw. Elliot gets back to the estate. This is where he himself realizes that the unicorns, that foal is their baby. And the group sends Batya to offer the foal back to the unicorns in a way to get these unicorns to stop killing everybody.
Like, hey, we're giving you your baby back. We give up. You win.
Have your baby back. But the problem is they cut the horn off the baby, and they're pissed off about it. And so they kill her.
Mm-hmm.
And Griff, the butler. Love the butler.
He looks like a bad guy.
He does. He looks like a Dr. Evil.
He looks like a jerk.
Yeah.
But he's nice.
He's nice. He's just working, man.
Yeah, he's just a working man.
Yeah.
Just working for the wrong employer.
Yeah. He's like, go do this or go do that. He's like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
That's not me. Okay. He ends up fleeing when he sees Dr. Bhatia.
Dr.
Batya, skewered and killed by these unicorns. So the unicorns end up kind of like hunting the remaining survivors.
Mm-hmm.
Shepard and his mom, Belinda, end up hiding in the wine cellar. And Shepard has this idea. They're still spinning how they can make money out of this.
Yeah, they're still trying to find money somewhere because yay capitalism.
Because yay capitalism and rich people.
Ugh, it's fucking gross.
Shepard says, Mom, let's build a unicorn ranch.
Right.
And we'll breed them and harvest their blood and their horns.
Yeah, exciting.
Exciting stuff. It's a brilliant idea. Yeah, brilliant idea. But then, just at that moment, one of the unicorns breaks through and Belinda is disemboweled by one of them.
Bye-bye, Belinda.
It's at this time also then that we pan back to Elliot and Ridley, and Elliot's trying to save his daughter, so he's got the horn, and he's trying to lure the parents away from Ridley so she can escape. And,
he's trying to be the noble parental sacrifice.
He is trying to be the noble parental sacrifice. Ridley gets outside to, escape, but she's cornered by Shepard at arrow point.
Because he's a jerk.
Because he's a jerk. He just watched his mom die. He's got this great plan to make a lot of money, and you're ruining it. So he's pointing an arrow at her. All of a sudden, you realize these unicorns become super docile around people who are pure of heart, which Ridley is. She's pure of heart.
Yeah.
She's not done anything wrong. She's kind. She's caring. She's a good person.
It's part of the tapestry.
It's part of the tapestry.
Revelation.
Yeah. A pure-hearted maiden. So the parent unicorns finally arrive. They become immediately docile as Ridley's petting them and touching them and caressing them. And they lie down on the ground, and Shepard starts tying their legs up. And Elliot comes out. He sees them getting the legs tied up.
He's not dead.
Yeah, he's not dead. He survived. He's got the horn in his hand and ends up stabbing Shepard with the horn, only to get shot with an arrow.
Tragedy strikes.
Tragedy strikes. Shepard collapses. Shepard gets his just deserves, though, as he
does.
collapses and then is fatally kicked by one of the unicorns.
Hell yeah.
It is a massive kick.
That was a great kick.
It was
Loved
good.
it.
Yeah, I liked that scene a lot. And then as Elliot's dying, Ridley was describing her visions to him, in a kind of a sad, teary goodbye, trying to make him feel okay that he's dying and everything. And the unicorns see that Ridley's grieving and that she's sad because her dad just passed. And they end up reviving Elliot.
Yeah.
Because they're magic. And then they round up their baby.
Yeah, they revive their baby as well.
The baby gets the horn back, and they leave peacefully.
When they do so, their color drains. Well, not drains, but they cure again.
They look beautiful.
They look more majestic, more as you would imagine a unicorn to be.
You would think that'd be the ending, but it's not the ending. It gets a little
fully.
bit better. Griff actually returns with the police, who actually arrest the Kitners. And as they're being driven away, the unicorns return. They ram the police car, which swerves off the road, and they brace for impact.
That's right.
The end.
So the unicorns came back to
save them, to rescue
for the most
them.
part, yeah.
Hopefully they didn't die in the car wreck.
But they have restorative magic. They'll
do.
just make them better
They'll just make them better. It'll be fine. I kind of liked the ending.
Yeah, I liked the ending. I liked the movie as a whole, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really did. When I first saw the trailer, I was trepidatious, but I was like, okay, well, look at this cast. It looks like a fun movie. It looks like it's not taking itself too seriously, which is what you look for in movies like this. It did just what I felt it needed to.
It did, yeah. I really got a Jurassic Park vibe.
I did have that kind of feel, yeah.
From this movie, particularly when they're hunting him in the woods and they're who's hunting who? Because the unicorns were definitely hunting the people.
Oh, they were for sure.
Yeah, just like the velociraptors.
Yeah. I thought the dynamic between the creatures and the humans was really good. I love the idea of these, I hesitate to say malevolent, but almost vengeance unicorns.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I thought that was so cool. And the fact that they actually changed their form to do so, I thought was also a super cool touch.
Yeah.
I do have to say, though, I have one complaint with this film.
Okay.
Just one.
Well,
and it's that, just one. The baby unicorn was practical effect. It was mechanical puppet.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it would have been near impossible to make a 2 life-size giant mechanical puppets as well for the adult unicorns. I understand why they went computerized.
And it would have been hard to
unicorns.
use real horses for it.
Yeah,
So you can't
also
get them
that
to
would have
do
been
what
trouble.
you need
Yeah.
them to do, yeah.
But man, I wish I could have gotten some practical adult unicorns.
Yeah.
If they had practical adult unicorns,
yeah,
can't have everything. Still a good movie. I still enjoyed it from start to finish.
Yeah.
And I'll watch it again. It's not a one-time and done for me.
No, me either.
But man, the practical effects just hit so much better all the time.
If you want to get deeper with this film, you see these pure mythical creatures, like a symbol of purity and like wholesomeness. But then you see like that symbol being commodified just the way capitalism does with everything. They commodify everything.
Yeah.
And you see that happening in this and you're like, it's so sad because we've seen so many creatures become extinct because of our
commoditization.
Commoditization of exploiting
of nature.
And this is just another example of what the depravity humans will go through to some humans. I don't want to say all, I don't want to generalize, but the depravity that greedy humans go to
in the name of $1.
Just to make money.
It's a film about exploitation of nature and resources, things that we as humans, we can't manage to find a way to share the planet with everything else that lives here.
No, we just have to kill it or destroy it or move it.
It really is a travesty. And I think this film
touches on that.
It does touch on that pretty well.
The only good part that comes out of that is that they get their up and comings, and you don't get to see that happen in
not in
life.
real life.
Not in real life.
If we did, I think there'd be a clearinghouse at the White House right now. But it's a film.
There's always got to be a jab in every one of these episodes.
I can't help it. He's a disgusting human being.
I know.
But it's a film about the decay of morality, elitism. I mean, elitism on full display.
On full display.
The fact that it's these wealthy people, these wealthy pharmaceutical company owners.
What can this do for me?
Exactly. What can it do for me? And then who can I sell it to?
Who can I sell it to? Yeah. Again, just leading back to what can it do for me? Because they're going to make all sorts of money off it.
And you know that were they able to create a cure from that 3 unicorns, let's say they trapped all 3 unicorns and they whole buffaloed them, used every piece of them, turned them into cures for whatever affliction. I promise you, their first stop was not the children's hospital.
No. It was the highest bidder. It would have been the highest bidder.
In every single case until every last bit of those resources were gone.
Yeah, you would be able to afford it.
Yeah.
It'd be one of those things where you knew it's out there, but it wouldn't be something you could obtain. I'll never see that. That's unobtainable for me.
Yeah. It's one thing to say people should be able to own something that they've
earned.
But let's stop putting a price tag on the nature around us.
Or stop putting a price tag on health, people's health.
Yeah, let's at least start there.
Yeah.
I recall when I was a wee lad, probably, I was watching Saturday morning cartoons. So I must have been around 5 or 6. And I had asked why people needed to pay to live. She just said, it's just the way that our society works. It's the way everything is.
Capitalism. Yeah.
But in my child brain, and in my adult brain too, it is fundamentally absurd that we charge people money to keep them alive.
Like diabetic medications, like insulin.
Insulin. Radiation, treatments for whatever. It's insane that our government can't get their head out their ass to just provide healthcare for its citizenry.
Yeah. We're not asking you to cover our veneers or, give us a nice rack.
Elective surgeries? Sure. Make us pay for that yourself. Shit.
Yeah. We're asking you to, keep people healthy.
Yeah. More greed.
So this film has that in it too.
So this film really kind of settles in on that pretty hard.
Yeah. You're watching it and you're like, oh, these people are disgusting.
Yeah, they're fucking gross, man. Ugh. all that wealth.
And he's just kissing their asses, and I'm like, stop kissing their asses, man.
It's more wealth than any one person or even a family needs.
Yeah.
It's wealth that could have been distributed to other people who are literally dying because they do not have enough money.
Yeah.
I just hate it so much. But another thing that I want to talk about is the nature of parental sacrifice for their children. You see that with Elliot and Ridley. In the beginning, he's more just kind of kissing his employer's ass.
And Ridley's complaining. He's like, oh, stop complaining. You know, he's just trying to like get through this business deal.
But when the rubber hits the road and Elliot really steps up as the dad, and literally at one point he's intending to sacrifice himself to save his daughter so his daughter can get away. So you see that there's that relationship there. Mm-hmm. You see the adult unicorns.
Yeah. Sacrificing
everything for their baby as well. If you'll notice, Odell and Belinda, they never sacrificed shit for Shepard.
No. Well, I think Belinda was the one who showed the most love for Shepard because they kind of hung out together. They hid together. But Odell, I mean.
Yeah, not a chance.
See ya.
No. Pure greed and selfishness.
Yeah.
Aside from all that kind of downer stuff, you had expressed before in a few episodes that you loved unicorns when you were a child.
I did. I do. I still love unicorns, but when I was a kid, man, they were...
Especially loved,
yeah,
right?
They were all over my room.
How does this idea of a unicorn match your childhood version of a unicorn? And then also, how would it match through life, you've experienced other sorts of unicorns in different types of media and whatnot. How does this portrayal match those two views on unicorns?
Well, so as a kid, I always just thought of unicorns more like the ones in legend, where they're the embodiment of innocence.
Pure beauty.
Pure beauty, magic. They are hidden and sacred because they're so trusting and caring and loving, and they would definitely be exploited.
Right.
And, as a kid, that's how I felt about little, unicorns. There's pretty little things.
Which is why they were always so hidden.
Yeah.
Right?
Same with the movie The Last Unicorn. Same thing. The embodiment of innocence, purity, kindness. That's how I always thought of them when I was younger. I think as I've gotten older, my view has not changed on that, even with other things that have come out, which honestly, there really hasn't been a whole lot of other unicorn things that have come out.
The only other area that I can think of unicorns breaking from the standard mold is in the game Overlord, where you're a evil tyrant.
That's a fun game.
And you have a bunch of little kind of goblinish little minions. And you play the bad guy in that game. You're destroying benevolent kingdoms and chivalrous knights and all that sort of stuff and magical creatures. You do fight some not nice unicorns in that game. So that's the only place I can think of off the top of my head.
I actually did just have another thought about unicorns.
Okay.
Recent media unicorns.
All right.
That have a different perspective. So there's the unicorn from The Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, yes.
That one was more of a scary unicorn.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think that's the first scary unicorn that I've come across where I'm like, oh, he's using his horn to impale people. Super scary. Pretty white horse with white horn killing people. That was the first time I think I've ever seen one that was truly
I wonder if that wasn't some sort of inspiration at some point for the writers of this one.
Because honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a killing unicorn before. That movie.
I would have no doubt that there are other touchstones of evil unicorns in media somewhere.
Absolutely, yes.
Just we haven't run across them a whole lot.
The other one that I recall that nobody else who's listening is going to remember, but we will know, is Zombicide. There's the unicorns in that one as well. And there's a zombie unicorn, and that one's pretty scary as well. It's
a really cool design.
Yeah, and there's a good one too,
There's a good one, yes.
Yeah, there's also a good one. So there's other examples I can think of. I would say, in general, if someone had asked me what's a unicorn, I'd be like, well, they're the embodiment of innocence. But I think Cabin in the Woods is the only one that really kind of would change my perspective on that. How about you? Because you didn't grow up with unicorns and stuff, but when you were younger, was it?
Younger, I was still obviously aware of unicorns. I mean, it's hard not to be as a child. You find them in mythological books.
I was aware of sports, but I wasn't into them.
Right, yeah. I had heard of them through other mythologies. I watched He-Man, and He-Man, of course, crossed over with She-Ra.
Yeah, She-Ra had a unicorn-esque type
Pegasus kind of unicorn, right?
Yeah.
Was that, or was it a unicorn?
I think she wore a unicorn horn, like, mask, but had wings. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember either. It's been a while.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
I encountered unicorns along the way. And then, you know, of course, playing D&D, I've encountered plenty of unicorns. So I've kind of always had a very similar view to you, where unicorns were majestic and benevolent and magical and beautiful and elegant. Not often encountering evil unicorns.
And I still don't think even the evil ones are evil.
Not always.
They're just different.
Yeah. I think I'd kind of fall a lot in the same line with you, where, you know, I always had a view of the benevolent unicorn. And this film obviously took it a very different direction, which was fun. And I had, before this film, outside of my younger years, encountered and imagined malevolent unicorns in the past, but it never really was a topic that stuck with me much.
Sure, yeah.
You know,
this is
because
an interesting take.
It definitely was.
And the horse from She-Ra's name was Swiftwind.
Right, yeah, okay, yes.
And Swiftwind was formerly called Horsey.
Oh.
And she is a mutated horse, was mutated after becoming in contact with the Sword of Protection. She gained wings, a horn, and the ability to talk. So she actually has she's a unicorn and a Pegasus.
A unicornicus.
A unicornicus. Yes.
Is there a word for a unicorn with wings? Or is it a Pegasus with a horn?
I don't know.
I may have to look into that. Or if anyone knows, let us know what you would call a unicorn with wings or a Pegasus with a horn.
Yeah.
It's got to be something. You know, like not all unicorns are Pegasuses, but all Pegasuses are unicorns sort of thing, or...
When you look it up, it just says winged unicorn.
Winged unicorn. All right. Well, that's
maybe there
is
an alicorn?
Oh, yes. I believe alicorn is the word. Yes. I've heard that in...
An alicorn can refer to either a unicorn's horn or a winged unicorn.
Okay.
There you go.
Cool.
It's an alicorn.
There we go.
Figured it out, guys.
Figured it out.
Good detective work. Thanks, Google.
Anyone who was writing to us, which probably wasn't anybody, but anybody who was, go ahead and stop now. We got it.
We figured it out for you. You didn't have to. We did the legwork.
Did it. Right here while we're recording.
While we're recording.
All right. I think at this point I'm just kind of rambling.
Me too.
So let's button this up and send everybody out of here with a nice brief episode, huh?
Sounds good.
Once again, as always, everyone, thank you for joining us here.
Hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It was a little fun one.
Yeah.
Find us on social media. Leave us some ratings, please.
Check us out at Blue Sky at the Movie Lobby.
Blue Sky, the Movie Lobby, email, Movie Theater Lobby. Find me if you want. You know where. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. You can find me, Elle Nerd Room, at almost all of the socials out there. So I will tell you. You don't need to figure it out. You can find me through Blue Sky, through the Movie Theater Lobby page, or indirectly through Leia's page somehow, I'm sure. Anyway, rambling. Get on out of here, folks. Take your popcorn with you. I'm not cleaning that crap up. Don't forget your kids. Don't forget your kids, too. Did we swear in this one? Probably did when I was talking about assholes in the White House or something. You just did now, so. Oh, there we go. Okay, wait. Hope your kids are at home today. Earmuffs. We'll see you all next week on... The Movie Theater Lobby. Bye. Bye.